When I told her she was being too close with her male best friend, she said, "You're so insecure. He's been in my life longer than you." Then added, "If you make me choose, I'll always pick him." So I didn't make her choose. I just packed my stuff and left. 3 weeks later, she was at my door sobbing. Hey viewers, just a quick thanks. Over 14% of you are already subscribed, and it means the world. If you're new here and enjoy these stories, join the family by hitting that subscribe button. We're on the road to 10,000. Honestly, still processing what went down. Name's Chris, 27, electrician. This whole mess happened last month. Been with Vanessa for 2 years. She's 25, graphic designer, lives in a downtown apartment her parents help fund. Nice girl, or so I thought. When we started dating, she mentioned her male best friend Brandon. High school buddies, college together, the usual history. Said he was like a brother. Should have seen that red flag waving. Brandon's 26, sales guy, gym rat. Drives a BMW his daddy bought him. Classic pretty boy who thinks every woman wants him. Except Vanessa insisted he was different. Just a loyal friend who'd always been there for her. First few months I didn't think much about it. Everyone has old friends. But Brandon's version of friendship was weird as hell. He'd text Vanessa constantly. Morning, noon, night. Didn't matter what we were doing. She'd always respond immediately. Date night at dinner? Vanessa's texting Brandon about some coworker drama. Watching a movie? Her phone's buzzing with his commentary about whatever sports game he's watching. Doesn't this seem excessive? I asked one night after her phone buzzed for the 10th time. We've always talked a lot. That's just how we are. But it wasn't just texting. Brandon would show up unannounced whenever he felt like it. We'd be cooking dinner and he'd walk in with takeout. Thought you might want company. We'd be having a quiet evening and he'd arrive needing to vent about work stress. The guy had zero respect for boundaries. Vanessa never seemed to mind. Maybe he could call first? I suggested after another surprise visit. He's always welcome here. Brandon's been in my life way longer than you. There it was, the hierarchy. Length of friendship determined importance. What really got me was how comfortable they were together. Vanessa would curl up next to Brandon on the couch during movies. She'd steal food off his plate at restaurants. He'd give her these long goodbye hugs that felt more intimate than friendly. That seemed pretty touchy, I mentioned after one of these hugs. We're just affectionate people. But she wasn't affectionate with anyone else like that. Just Brandon got the special treatment. Things escalated when Brandon started having relationship problems. He'd been dating some girl, Sarah, and apparently it wasn't working out. Guess who became his personal therapist? Vanessa would spend hours on the phone with Brandon, analyzing his dating life. Hours that used to be our time together. She'd give him advice about other women, help him craft text messages, even help him pick out clothes for dates. Why is he asking his female friend for dating advice? I asked. I understand women better than his guy friends do. Made sense, I guess. Until Brandon started asking for more than advice. Last month we had a weekend getaway planned. Nothing fancy, just a cabin upstate for some alone time. Friday afternoon I'm loading the car when Vanessa comes outside looking stressed. We might need to postpone the trip. Why? Brandon called. Sarah broke up with him. He's really upset and needs me. He's an adult. He can handle a breakup. Chris, that's cold. When your best friend's hurting, you show up. What about showing up for your boyfriend? You have me all the time. Do I? Because Brandon seems to have you whenever he wants. That started our biggest fight yet. Vanessa accused me of being jealous and insecure. Said Brandon had earned his place in her life through years of friendship. Said boyfriends come and go, but Brandon was permanent. If you make me choose between you and Brandon, I'll always pick him. She said it without hesitation. Like it was the most obvious thing in the world. You'd always pick him. Yes, he's been my constant for 8 years. You've been here 2 years. Boyfriends ranked by tenure, apparently. I was just another guy passing through while Brandon was forever. Got it. Brandon first, me second. That's not what I meant. It's exactly what you meant. I drove home and started packing. Wasn't much to pack since I'd kept my own place. Good thing too. Vanessa called 20 times while I was throwing clothes in boxes, didn't answer. Around 10 p.m. she showed up at my apartment. Chris, let's be rational about this. We were rational. You said you'd always choose Brandon. I was being hypothetical. No, you were being honest. I don't want to lose you, but you're not willing to set boundaries with Brandon either. I shouldn't have to choose. You're right, you shouldn't. That's why I'm choosing for you. Vanessa kept arguing, but I was done listening. She'd made her priorities clear. Brandon first, everyone else second. But then I had an idea. You really think Brandon's just an innocent friend? Of course he is. Prove it. Call him right now. Why? Tell him we broke up. See how he reacts. Chris, that's stupid. If he's really just your friend, it won't be a problem. Fine. She pulled out her phone and dialed. Hey Brandon, yeah, I know it's late. Chris and I broke up? No, I'm not okay. I could hear Brandon's voice getting excited through the phone. Now tell him you want to forget about everything tonight. What? Tell him you want to get a hotel room somewhere and talk. That's disgusting. Brandon would never. Then it shouldn't be a problem saying it. Ew, no, he's my friend. So prove it. Show me how innocent your friendship is. Vanessa stared at me like I was insane. Brandon would never agree to something like that. Then call his bluff. Fine, but when he says no, you owe me an apology. She got back on the phone. Brandon, I just want to forget everything tonight. Maybe we could get a room somewhere and just talk. The change in Brandon's voice was immediate. Even I could hear his excitement. That sounds perfect, Vi. I know this great place downtown. I can be there in 15 minutes. This is exactly what you need right now. Vanessa's face went white. Actually, Brandon, never mind. I'm just emotional. Talk tomorrow. She hung up looking shocked. Still think he's innocent? I asked. Her phone immediately started buzzing. Text after text from Brandon. Changed your mind? I'm already getting dressed. This could be really good for us. I've been waiting for you to see Chris wasn't right for you. I'll grab champagne and meet you there. Text me the address. He was already planning the whole evening. Within minutes of thinking we broke up, Vanessa was staring at her phone in horror. This can't be real. Your innocent best friend just jumped at the chance to sleep with you the second he thought I was out of the picture. I had no idea, because you didn't want to see it. More texts kept coming. Brandon getting increasingly aggressive about wanting to meet up, talking about how he'd waited long enough, and tonight could be perfect for them. Chris, I'm so sorry. I had no idea he felt this way. I did. That's why I kept bringing up boundaries. I thought you were just being jealous. I was being realistic. Can we fix this, now that I know what Brandon's really like? Fix what? You still chose him over me. I was wrong about Brandon. You were wrong about a lot of things, including how to treat your boyfriend. Vanessa started crying, but I was done. She'd spent 2 years dismissing my concerns and prioritizing Brandon. Finding out he was a predator didn't change how she'd treated me. I'll cut contact with Brandon completely. Too late. Why? Because this was never just about Brandon. It was about you choosing him over me every single time. I told her to leave. She begged and cried, but I was finished. She'd made her choice when she said she'd always pick Brandon. The next few weeks were peaceful. No constant texting interruptions, no surprise visits from Brandon, no girlfriend canceling plans because her male best friend needed emotional support. Then last week, Vanessa showed up at my apartment sobbing. Chris, you have to help me. With what? Brandon won't leave me alone. Ever since that night, he thinks we're supposed to be together. Apparently, once Brandon thought he had a shot, he went full stalker mode. Showing up at her work, sending flowers to her apartment, posting on her social media about how they were meant to be together. He keeps saying he's waited 8 years, and now it's his turn. Sounds like your best friend showed his true colors. I had to file for a restraining order 2 weeks ago. Good for you. Chris, you were right about everything. Can we please try again? No. Why not? Because you spent 2 years putting Brandon before me. Him being a creep doesn't change that. I know better now. You know Brandon's garbage. You still don't know how to prioritize a relationship. She kept begging, but I wasn't interested. Finding out Brandon was predatory didn't erase 2 years of being treated like second choice. Heard through mutual friends that Brandon had been telling people for months he was just waiting for Vanessa to dump the loser boyfriend. He'd been actively working to undermine our relationship while playing supportive friend. Also heard from one of Vanessa's college roommates that Brandon had pulled similar moves with other girls in their friend group. Always played the patient best friend until they were vulnerable, then made his move. Vanessa was just his latest target. She's apparently still dealing with the fallout from Brandon's harassment. Had to change her work schedule and move back in with her parents temporarily. Good for her. Maybe her next boyfriend won't have to compete with predatory male friends. Meanwhile, I'm dating someone who doesn't have any male best friends trying to get in her pants. Someone who knows the difference between friendship and manipulation. Vanessa got exactly what she asked for. She chose Brandon over me. The fact that Brandon turned out to be a stalker was just bonus consequences. I got what I deserved too. Someone who actually puts me first. Sometimes the trash takes itself out. You just have to be patient enough to let it happen. Vanessa's still dealing with the legal process apparently. Learned that from her sister who I ran into at the grocery store last week. I know I did. When someone tells you where you rank in their priorities, believe them the first time.